Hi friends, 50 days to go for the FMGE exam. Lot of butterflies in the stomach, lot of questions inside you that what should be done during this period. As we have highlighted some of the questions which we are getting from you repeatedly, we are focusing on the important areas which you need to know at this point of time. For example, very commonly you ask what should be the deadline for completion of your revision. As your exam is on 20th of December 2019, the last third revision should be completed by 15th December 2019. So that you will be getting 4 days, 16, 17, 18, 19 December for revising some more important data, some more important information and some images. Another thing, what you frequently want to know at this point of time, what should we read? Whether we should keep on revising the notes, whether we should go for some other books which are available in the market, whether we should be solving the MCQ guides, or we should be totally focused on the missed all-in-one book. Dear friends, the answer to this question is extremely simple. The notes of all 19 subjects which are given to you by the esteemed faculties, they are going to be the most crucial thing in your revision phase. Be thorough with each and every line, whatever you have written in the notes. Please remember, on 20th December 2019, the notes which you have written, they are going to help you the most. Number two, whether you should go for some other books available in the market, the answer is straight no. Nothing new has to be added at this point of time. Your 19 subject notes given by the missed faculties, they are the most crucial things. Regarding solving the MCQs at this point of time, definitely solving the MCQs before the exam definitely gives you a different kind of confidence. You get to practice, you get to know how the questions are going to be framed. At this point of time, I would recommend that whatever test you are having right now, every third, fourth day you are having the test, you are already appearing for those tests sincerely, just go on doing that. Don't devote too much of time in practicing the MCQs from the various MCQ books available in the market. If you just want a psychological edge, you can devote half an hour to 1 hour in solving those MCQ books, not more than that. Because if you focus on those books, those MCQ guides, then you will be taking out your time from the notes. Missed all-in-one book, that is a summary of frequently asked questions in the examination. So revise that missed all-in-one book whenever possible. But most crucial would be your all 19 subjects missed faculty notes. They are going to be of great help on 20th December 2019. Another thing which comes to your mind, what should be done in one day? Whether you should just pick up one subject in a day, or you should pick up one subject, one major subject, 2-3 minor subjects, or 2-3 major subjects, 2-3 minor subjects, all this. We, the faculties of missed, believe that the ideal strategy would be take one major subject and one minor subject, so that you get a mix. If you are taking a minor subject, it will be completed in a short period of time, so that you will get that extra confidence that you are able to revise one subject. However, taking too many subjects in a day, that can be a disaster. You might not be able to focus on all these subjects with equal weightage. So we recommend one major subject and one minor subject. If you are studying for 14 hours in a day, then 9 hours for one major subject and 5 hours for one minor subject. Thank you very much. God bless you all. Wish you all the very best.
Hello friends, I'm Dr. Ashish and I'll be just giving you a bit of my advice regarding the upcoming December FMGE exam. Okay. First thing is, don't ever think that the time is insufficient. Okay. Whatever time you have already invested is more than sufficient, and even if you are starting from this day itself, it is not disadvantage, because let's say 50 days are left, okay, and even if you solve 4 MCQ per day, just 4 MCQ, you'll be able to score 200 plus, even if you are able to do this from first day itself. Okay. So first advice is, revise whatever you have been taught. That's the first and the foremost priority. Okay. Second is, don't ever start something new if your syllabus is already over. In case the students who are still have to finish the syllabus, they should try to finish the syllabus. I think by 5 or 10th of November, the syllabus would be over. Then they should start with the revision session, and don't read anything new once the revision session is starting. Okay, because if you try to go for a new information, you will not be able to recollect it properly. Okay, so whatever is taught in the classes or you read before that should be revised rather than something new. Then regarding number of revisions, quick revisions, in MIST we'll be doing all kind of revision, mini revisions, plus chantings, discussions. So visuals, they will be there in the MIST, so don't worry about that. We'll take care of that. Those who are not able to follow that, then you start your own schedule. So make a timetable and make it match with the test series that we are giving, or whatever test series you are already going through. Okay. So let's say example, after 2 days there is an exam of, let's say, physiology or patho. So you should prepare for that exam. Okay. So read the notes, do MCQ and give that test, and your performance would be reflected on the number of the, you can say, questions you are able to solve plus the hours. If you think you are not able to do very well, then you should find some strategy to tackle. You can ask your teachers, or you can just take suggestion what is the right way to deal with that subject. But I think if you are able to do this way, you will be able to score good score in each and every test which are going to take place. Second is, what about the revision of subjects? How? See, for larger subjects like PSM, gynae, surgery, you need extensive revisions. You can't do a very rapid revision because it's not possible. So they require this. Smaller ones, okay, like maybe ortho, anesthesia, psychiatry, you can do rapid revision, in which even if you are skipping some point, it will not harm much because they are smaller subject. So try to what? Go through them very fast and do them multiple times. So multiple revisions for small subject, 1 or 2 extensive revision for larger subjects like PSM, gynae. Okay. Second, regarding the topics, okay, we'll be providing you a list of most important topics which are the must for the upcoming exam. Okay, but again that will take some time, so we'll give that test to do that topic the most. Okay, if you can go through whole notes, that's the best thing. If can't, go at least do the topics which we are mentioning from the notes itself. Then number 3, regarding what about the topics which are to be taken. In case you want to skip something, again you can look at the list and skip. Okay. Now subject, don't skip. Don't skip a single subject because that might be very dangerous. So in that case, for bare basic minimum, either see the notes, or if not, MIST all-in-one will be having basic level information to solve at least 50-60% of the MCQs. So that's why for a subject, let's say you're skipping X subject. So what you do is, read that subject from MIST all-in-one. That one-liners would be able to give you at least some grasp of the subject, because completely leaving a subject is not justifiable. Clear? Then next point is regarding MCQs. Okay, try to solve MCQs only after the theory. Don't start directly with the MCQs. That will not be a good strategy for this. Okay, fine. So regarding anything else, we are always available for your doubts, discussions. So that is why you can come to us and we'll help you. Thank you very much. Best of luck for your exam. I hope you will all pass with flying colors, and then we'll start with the future preparation for AG and all other exams. Thank you.
Hi friends, how are you all? How are you revising? How studies are going on? How is your preparation? Number of revision, number of revision, number of revision. So speed of recall from examination hall is directly proportional to how attentive you were in classroom and how much times have you revised. There is a key for revision. It's not like whenever you are revising, this revision should also be conceptual. When you are writing your notes, you have to write them conceptually. When you are revising your notes, you have to revise them conceptually. There is a key to revision. when you are revising, you should simultaneously underline what you want to underline. Of course, important points, which are your MCQ zone, you should simultaneously underline the distractors also. You should not only know the answers, you should try to recognize your distractors in examination hall. For example, human chorionic gonadotrophin is secreted by syncytial trophoblast. Very simple MCQ, very simple single liner. And examiner is ready to trap you with cytotrophoblast. Primary villi is formed by cytotrophoblast. Examiner is ready to trap you with syncytial trophoblast. So you should not only know your answers, simultaneously at the same time, you should be able to recognize how examiner is ready to trap you in examination hall. So when you are writing, you have to write notes conceptually. When you are revising, you have to revise notes conceptually. Simultaneously underline them. Choose different color. Say, for example, first revision is with blue color, second revision with green color, third revision with red color. So you should know what color you use in which revision. First revision, second revision, third revision. This is very important, guys. Give your 100% to the classroom. You should be very attentive, write conceptually, revise conceptually, and please don't distract from your class note. Your most precious metal right now is your own handwritten class note. Please be very careful. Don't be biased with the saying, this subject is important, this subject is important, this subject is important. All 19 subjects are important. But care has to be taken. The areas which are high yield topics, you should encircle them with your own chosen color. Similarly, those areas which are high yield but volatile, you keep on forgetting, encircle them also. Write them on the paper, paste this chart on the wall of your room. Whenever you are moving out of the room or entering the room, have a look on that chart. What will happen? They will be stored in your remote memory. For example, staging of cancers, treatment of cancers, various drugs in pharmacology, microbiology, all subjects are high yield. You have to focus, channelize your energy, maximize your potential, hit your exam hard, and we all are waiting for have a great grand party with all of you. Thank you very much. All the very best. Wish you very good luck.
For those who are in a coma in my class and those who suffer from short-term memory losses, let me introduce myself. My name is Bond, James Bond. And now that you realized and recognize me, let me give you a couple of points for your examinations. First of all, I have always emphasized this, remember, revision. The one mantra for passing an exam is always revision. If you don't have the time to revise a subject, don't do it. Revision, revision, revision. 3 times each subject, every subject, revision. If you don't have time, don't do it. You have to revise it and keep on revising it. Write it down again and again. I keep telling you, write it down. You don't write enough, you don't draw enough. Draw diagrams, write it down. That's the way to emphasize it in your memory. Okay? That is my only mantra for you, revision, revision, revision.
Hello friends, myself Dr. Deepa Gupta. I am the BSM faculty MIST. As we all are approaching towards FMGE December exam, and many times some questions are asked from the students, and very commonly asked question is, ma'am, can we leave any of the subject out of total 19? What I would suggest that we are not supposed to leave any subject, because each subject carries importance for exam. If you are not able to give the time to read the subject completely, thoroughly, what I can suggest, at least we can read important points of that subject from MIST all-in-one book. So we are not leaving any of important subject. Second very commonly asked question is, ma'am, within a time, how we have to plan and minimum how many revisions we are supposed to do. As we are left with 50 days, so what I should suggest that in this time we should have at least 3 revisions, and how we can plan these revisions. So we can say that within a first 20 to 25 days we should have our first revision, second revision we can have in the next 10 to 15 days, and the third revision we can have in the last 5 to 7 days. So by 15th of December our 3 revisions should be completed, and the last 4-5 days we are leaving for important salient features. The third very commonly asked question is, ma'am, what we are reading, and if we recall it after 10-15 days, we think that we are totally blank, we are not able to remember. So that gives us worry. So dear friends, it's a very common human tendency that if we are reading, we are able to not remember it completely and we may forget it. So don't bother for that, and that's why we say that more and more times you are revising, you will be better able to remember that thing. And what I suggest that whenever you have a free time, especially while going for lunch or dinner, you can discuss the topic among the group of your friends, and that will help you in better remembering and recalling the concept. Because at the time of examination, the most important point what is required is that you have to recall the points what you had read in the past 6 months. So don't worry, everything will be fine. Only be confident yourself, be always positive, and because you all are working with full dedication, with hard work, and we all able to succeed in the exam, so nothing to worry. We are always there to help you. So wishing you all the very best for exam. Good luck to you. Thank you.
Hello friends, my name is Dr. Kunal Veer Garg. I am Patho faculty at MIST. Now we know that there are all 50 days left for the exam, and the anxiety levels are going high now. You are having so many questions into your mind that what to do, how to do, what not to do. Now there are lots of questions which we get all the time when we interact with the students or via the messages. Now I'm here to share some of my thoughts on some questions which I feel are important. Like the question number 1, it is that somebody asked me that what is the importance of images in this exam. Now I would say that right now the trend is more of a image-based questions. The image-based questions have rise in recent past, so we expect a lot of image-based questions in the exam. Now if you do the image-based questions, there are 2 things. One is image-based questions, they are easier to answer. You get positive mark in that. And secondly, if you know a question by the image point of view, it helps you to solve some other questions also. So I would suggest that please see images. We have got images in MIST All-in-One. We'll be sharing images in the form of PDF into your groups. So please see all those. They are important for the exam. You're going to get good amount of questions in image-based. Then second question which generally people ask is that what is the importance of these tests which we are taking towards the final preparation time, test and discussion basically. What are the importance of these? I would even stretch out my neck and say that you make your schedule of preparation for these 50 days according to the test and discussion schedule which we have given you. Now why so? Now see, there are, this is the time when the classes are getting over and you are on your own the whole day. Now sometimes what you do is you make your own timetable to study. Now in that what happens is that because you do not have a target which you have set, so sometimes you get behind. And after following your own timetable for 10-15 days, sometimes what happens is that we lag behind, and then we do not have a way to go back, and we think that now the time is not left to complete everything else. With the test and discussion timetable, if you make your timetable of studies, so what you'll find is that once you give 4-5 tests, you will feel, oh, 5 subjects are done, 7 subjects are done, because there are some multiple tests we are taking. So prepare your timetable according to the schedule of test and discussion. That is going to help you a lot. Now one thing I would like to add here is that, for example, after 3 days you have a test of ENT plus, let's say, dermatology. So if you have time, so do not just finish ENT and dermatology in these 3 days. What I would like also is that you keep on some subject of which the test you have already given before to revise. Do not revise a subject whose test is going to come later, because when the test is going to come, at that time you're going to study that subject. So please do the subject of which we are taking the test. That subject will be done, and revise the subject of which you have already given the test before. So likewise, when you will see towards the end of November, when your test series will be over, at that time you will be able to revise the subjects twice already. And as everybody says, 3 good revisions, they are the key to success for the exam. So tests are very important. Please, please, please do not leave the tests. Finally, a very common question again, that the results of the tests, they are not coming good, and the results, when they come bad, it takes us down, it takes our morale down. Now I would say one thing, see, in our hands, results are not in our hands. First thing is this, what is in our hand? It is the amount of hard work we can do. So you keep on doing the hard work, results will follow. Maybe not now, maybe after the next test or the next test, like that. Secondly, it is not important that you compare yourself with what your friend has done or what he or she has achieved. What you have to understand from the test result is that how much of the subject you were able to complete, and the portion which you have completed, out of that portion how much questions had come, and out of those questions which have come in the exam from the portion you have studied, how much you are able to solve. If your solving power is around 70-75% of the material which you have studied, that means you are doing good. It does not matter somebody is getting 100 out of 100. What matters is that what you have studied, out of that, how much you are able to reciprocate. This is very important. People are worried about the silly mistakes we do in the exam. No, do not worry. We are humans and we are bound to make mistakes. So there would be some mistakes every time you sit in a test. Now, how to reduce that mistake? The reduction of mistake can be done only by one way, and that is revision and a little bit of determination while giving the exam. Just try to read the question properly. Just try to read the options properly. As I always say, read the question twice, read the options twice, and then mark the answer once. Because double marking is going to do what? Double marking is going to uncheck the question and the question will not be marked. So please read the question twice before giving the answer, read the options twice and mark once. And I think that if you just try to prepare yourself in a way that how much you are studying and from that how much you are getting, you should not be worried about it. So do not feel nervous about it. Be calm, be composed. Try to utilize whatever time you are giving in the test time, try to utilize that time, and I hope that it will help you. I wish you all the good luck in the world. I know that you're going to make everyone proud. God bless you, dear. Stay blessed.
Hello students, one very commonly asked question in the revision strategy is that how can I plan my day? My suggestion would be that you design your day in such a way that you have got 7 sessions to study, and each session should be consisting of 2 hours. Don't leave the chair before 2 hours. After that, you take a break of 10 to 15 minutes maximum. In this break, just roam around and just relax. Please do not open up social media channels in this because that does not amount to relaxation. The lunch break should be of 30 minutes. Eat only optimal, and after that just close your eyes and just lean back and relax, and again start studying. These 50 days will make the major difference. The idea is to use each and every hour of these 50 days to revise the content at least 3 times, as other faculties have really stressed upon multiple times. Another question which bothers students at this hour is that sometimes I've prepared the topic in a very nice way, but when my friend or a colleague asks me the same thing, I'm unable to answer. And that really makes me feel very much low. This feeling is universal. After first revision, not many people are able to recall the exact point which they have read in the notes. But my question to you guys is DNB going to ask you like this, or DNB is going to ask you with 4 choices? Now you live the same situation once again with your friend asking you the question and you're unable to recall that particular point. But if the same person would have given you 4 choices, your brain would have given you a hint that most probably the answer is this. I can very well understand that you may not be sure about the answers still, but as the revisions will further be multiple, like second revision and the third revision, the brain is going to get multiple impressions of the same data. And now when you see this data in front of your eyes with the 4 choices, you will be able to easily recall that. So have faith, have confidence on your own self. Believe me, the only trick to pass this exam is multiple focused revisions. Another question which people ask us that how shall I design my last 4 days before the exam? Now, the faculties have stressed upon that the last cutoff date for your revisions to finish is 15th December. So we are left with 16th, 17th, 18th and 19th December. I will be very much keen to introduce you to the concept of selecting that data which will be revising in those days like 16th, 17th and 18th December particularly. So when you're revising your notes second time, your brain will be telling you that certain part of the data are very, very high yielding for the MCQs. But you know, you have a fear that I may forget the data if I do not revise this data in the last few days before exam. So why not mark them with a particular color? For example, any color which you have not used. Like for my PG exam, I did the same thing. I call them magenta islands actually. Our esteemed faculties have given you a sea of knowledge in all these 19 subjects. So you have got vast, vast notes over there. Please keep reading them. But as you revise them, now select the islands of those data which are really, really very important and mark them with some color like magenta color, for example. And I call them magenta islands in the sea of the knowledge which you have gathered in your notes till now. These islands we will be revising on 16th, 17th and 18th December. And the 19th December will be left for images, which will get as a PDF in your accounts. 19th December will also be used to revise the tumors, the stagings, the treatment, and the ECG notes, which are very much important nowadays and which can be easily not be able in the mind actually. So what I'm trying to say that if we utilize these 50 days properly for a proper revision and we pick up that data for the later on revision in 16th, 17th, 18th December, we'll be very much confident that we have seen each and every part of that our notes which are important, our faculties have communicated to you and you have seen them in the last few days, you'll be feeling really confident during the exam. So have faith in yourself. And one last suggestion will be, when I was saying the planning the day, now you should really fix up your sleeping hours also. I will say, please stick to one schedule of getting up and sleeping. You may have 2 choices, for example, 12 to 5 or maybe 1 to 6, whatever suits you. Maybe 12 midnight to 5 a.m. or maybe 1 a.m. to 6 a.m. in the morning. But please stick to one sleep schedule now in last 50 days. When brain gets very exact information, the brain starts behaving like a faithful dog to us. Otherwise, our brain is a wild monkey, you know it. If you don't give it specific information, it will not let you pass the day as you want to pass. But if you know, I have to sleep at this hour, I have to create two-hour sessions of 7 sessions such to study throughout the day, believe me, your brain will be helping us the best way to memorize each and everything multiple number of times. And we will be very much close to our success. And our faculties have given you a lot of data. So just be devoted, have confidence in yourself, keep revising and follow this strategy. Thank you.